you so much, Hanny, for that spirited presentation and speech. And we're thankful for labor standing with this movement. It is so important that we're all collectively together and uniting in the fight for freedom, democracy, and justice and fairness at the ballot box. I want to bring at this time the president of the student government of Texas Southern University, because this is a multi-generational army for justice and truth. D'Angelo Coulter will come and speak, and after him we're going to have Brother Robert Williams. Come on, D'Angelo.
Greetings to everyone. Thank you so much, Ms. Dixon, for inviting me to be a part of this very monumental movement. Definitely, one thing that I definitely would like to say to Governor Abbott's office: you cannot silence our voices.
Yes.
You cannot stop us from using our freedom of speech and truly doing what's right and exercising our right to vote. Those that came before us and our ancestors truly fought very long and hard to give us access to have the right to vote. And now, myself, along with my generation, is truly carrying on the tradition and ensuring that everyone has that access to vote, including the Senate bill, that is truly suppressing those. As we have seen in Georgia, we have seen the tremendous work that Georgians have did to truly ensure that not only they flew Georgia blue, but also helped to ensure that President Biden was elected to office and Vice President Kamala Harris. Right. And today, myself along with my peers are going to continue that right, to make sure that we will continue to educate our peers, register those to vote, and ensure that our voices will not be silenced. Thank you.
We're grateful for college students across the state who are standing in this movement. And I think the message is pretty clear, Brother Robert, that the movement is growing. And we represent tens of thousands of people, if not hundreds of thousands here, with the group that's standing on this premise here on today. At this time, we're going to ask Brother Robert Williams to come. He's a leader and organizer with the Texas Voters Coalition, Voters Forward Coalition, as well as with the Alliance for a New Justice System. And they are statewide organization as well. Let's receive Robert Williams. Give it up.
Thank you, Bishop. I am Robert Williams, the founder of the Alliance for a New Justice System. My president, Coretta Brown, is standing next to me, and we lobby and advocate in the Capitol for comprehensive criminal justice reform, but the session's almost over and we got time now. We got time now to address what's happening in the Capitol with these voter suppression bills. First of all, we shouldn't even be here. First of all, we shouldn't even be here. Fighting for the same issues that we battled for 57 years ago. My mother could not vote when I was born. I'm just 63 years old. When I was 4, 5, and 6, my daddy had me in the streets of Austin, Texas, fighting for my mother's right to vote. In 1964 it happened. I was 7 years old. And I'll be damned. Here I am, right back again, fighting for the same rights. But we're here to tell you today that we're not going to stop fighting. If it takes us 50 more years, we're going to keep fighting for the next mother, for the next son, for the next daughter, for the next TSU student. We're going to keep fighting. GHP, why are we here in front of your steps? We call it corporate accountability. We know how many of our people are employed right here. We know how many of our people pour their dollars into the businesses that you say are fair and comprehensive. If they are fair, you need to think about opposing. Look, let me put it this way. We read your statement, GHP. It was nice and pretty. It was a cute statement. We are for fair and just elections. We need you to go further than that, GHP. And we need you to say that you oppose SB 7. We need you to stand strong for the people that you employ. We need you to stand strong for the ones throwing money into your businesses right now. And so we stand with Bishop and the NAACP and Texas Voters Forward and all of the union representatives that are here and all of the other organizations. And we are telling you, we are going anywhere. Oppose SB 7.
Oppose SB 7. Oppose SB 7. Oppose SB 7. Oppose SB 7. Oppose SB 7. Oppose SB 7. Oppose SB 7. Oppose SB 7. Oppose SB 7. Oppose SB 7.
This coalition, this Army for Justice and the right to vote, protecting the right to vote, is made up of business leaders, it's made up of elected leaders, social justice leaders and advocates. It's also, and students, but it's also made up of religious leaders, faith leaders. And we're grateful today to have leaders who represent organizations and associations within their respective denominations. Bishop Destra Bell is here. Bishop Livingston is here. Dr. John Ogletree is here. These leaders are here on behalf of countless others. Bishop Bell, would you come and give us a quick word? Other pastors, Pastor Decker, to come stand representing the ministerial community. Pastor Decker, where are you? Bishop Livingston, Dr. Ogletree, if you don't mind moving forward.
Let me say thank you, Bishop Dixon, for the invitation. My brothers and sisters, we have a real problem.
We got a problem.
We will not go back. We're not going to let anyone turn us around. We've come too far to allow anyone, any political agenda, any political party to turn us around. Now here's the simple fix, two things after we can do all we can do and exhaust every remedy to stop this bill from being passed by the state of Texas. I think it's incumbent upon us to make sure in the next elections that we send diverse people to the state capitol that will represent all people of Texas. That's important. It's more important also that we get somebody in the governor's mansion that will veto any legislation that's not for the benefit or the best interest of all Texans. That has to be. And I say it again, we will not let anyone turn us around. To stop now means that Emmett Till, that means that Medgar Evers, that means that others who fought and sweat and died for voting rights died in vain. So we cannot allow anybody, nobody, any person, no party to turn us around. We refuse to go back.
We won't go back.
We won't go back.
We won't go back. We won't go back. We won't go back. We won't go back. We won't go back. We won't go back. We won't go back. We won't go back. We won't go back. We won't go back. We won't go back.
This is our mantra, and I know Pastor Decker could speak. I know Bishop Livingston could speak. Was that statement sufficient for the pastor? All right, that's all right, because they represent different denominations and different associations. Dr. S.J. Gilbert II could not make it physically. We represent the Houston Metropolitan Baptist Ministers Conference. These organizations here today represent thousands of people. Right. And so, in conclusion, and we'll take a question or two from the press if there are questions. In conclusion, we want the Greater Houston Partnership to know that we believe you have the ability to make the difference in the outcome of SB 7. The question is not the ability, The question is, do you have the will? The question is not, do you have the competence? The question is, do you have the courage? The question is not, do you have the muscle? The question is, do you have the moral fiber? Dr. King said it's always the right time to do what is right. And we're saying to the partnership chair of the board, to the CEO, we worked together on other things. We marched, we fought to build Houston. We campaigned to build Minute Maid Park, to pass the referendum. We campaigned to build the Toyota Center. We helped to pass that referendum. But just like we can vote things up, we can vote things down. And we want you to understand that we know how to use our voting power. We've got 2 things, and 3 for sure. We got voting power, we know how to use our votes. But we also have buying power. We know how to spend our money. But we also have praying power. And there is a God who's bigger than the GHP. There is a God who sits higher than Governor Abbott. There's a God that's stronger than the lieutenant governor. And for those of you who are fearful of Abbott, and fearful of Dan Patrick, and fearful of a conservative movement, and fearful of Donald Trump, there is a God who's bigger than all of these. He sits high, he looks low, and his eyes are on those who would disregard the poor. And when you turn your power against people who are oppressed, you wake up a God who's too big and too powerful. My grandmama taught me, he's so high you can't get over him. He's so wide you can't get around him. He's so low you can't get under him. You got to know, GHP and business leaders of Houston, that if God is who he is, he will not look kindly on leaders who let people suffer the injustice that these bills are perpetrating. Stop with the big lie. Stop with the big lie. Stop with the big lie and go down with SB 7. We're all God's children, made in his image and in his likeness. And we'll march, we'll fight, we'll pray, we'll sing, we'll vote, we'll spend until justice comes. Until justice comes. Until justice comes. We won't let Harriet Tubman down. Till justice comes. We won't let Fannie Lou Hamer down. Till justice comes. We won't let Medgar Evers down. Till justice comes. We won't let Martin Luther King down. Till justice comes. All God's children have a right to vote. Thank you very much. No questions from the media. Let's all, those of us who are here, let's take to the sidewalk here in front with your signs so people can see. We're here in a circle. Yes, with our signs. Thank you all very much from the press.
You're gonna be able to carry it. You want me to go ahead and pick this up?
You taking Avery's stuff?
Yeah, I'll take it because she got her hands full.
No Jim Crow! 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 No Jim Crow!
Jim Crow.
Come back. Walk around. Make it a circle. Keep walking.
Circle it. Come back.
No Jim Crow.
No Jim Crow! No Jim Crow! No Jim Crow! No Jim Crow. 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 No Jim. No Jim Crow. 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 Oh, Jim Cross. No Jim Crow. No Jim Crow. No Jim